Hello, good morning. Welcome to Daily News Commentary. We are on December the 15th. So, wholesale price inflation spikes. We'll see this news in the editorial segment. So, what is Char Dham project? Supreme Court approves widening of 3 Char Dham highways. What is Char Dham project? You can identify that. Then moving to the editorial page. A lot of news today. Pain from the prices. So, basically, you have to identify the inflation and its impacts. Generally, inflation is found to be something which hurts the prospects of economy, although in an optimal level it helps the economy, but when it goes beyond an optimum point, it is usually considered to be harmful to the economy in multiple ways. So that has been mentioned. So a couple of more points could be there. You can read on that. Why inflation is a issue, why inflation is a policy concern. All these things need to be looked at. Troubling question. This is about the NCRT question that was there. So society based on women and gender issues, and within that you have to look at what the issue of stereotype, how stereotypes affects gender equity, gender equality, and women empowerment. What are the impacts of stereotypes? So yeah, you can prepare a small note on maybe a 1.5 pages note on the issue of stereotypes and the spreading of it and how it affects the idea of equality. So stereotype need not be necessarily about women, so it can be about other groups of people, so that need to be looked at. Going back to the foundational republic, although it appears to be a political one, I think it has more merit to it than just an article. So it's more of a political one, and looking at what the history of constitution formulation in India, Constituent Assembly, and the different ideas that Constituent Assembly looked at during the framing of constitution. So it basically talks about how individual based rights or representation is holding the core of India's constitutional values. So please go through that. Then you have this article on national monetization pipeline, but article is more on PSUs than NMP. PSUs. Okay. So this is a good one to identify the PSUs in India. A fact you can identify. Then identify why PSUs are needed. Issues with PSUs. To privatize or not. Way forward. This much of things you need to look at. The article is talking about what national monetization pipeline, which is a privatization mechanism that has been devised by government, is not the way forward, and the government should look for in-house reforms in the PSUs. Mentions a couple of few. Basically, this is a statement about the status of PSUs. Some reasons for PSUs decline, essential steps to be taken, give some examples. So it's a 360-degree analysis on PSUs, but this is an opinion. You could have a different opinion there, but this takers of the argument that PSUs should not be privatized. So look into that. An article on ASPA. So go through that. It gives like certain instances of misuse of ASPA. One of the study by the Justice Jeevan Reddy Committee about ASPA, and some of the judgments by the Supreme Court or observations made by the Supreme Court. So that will you can add value to your answers on ASPA. I think you already must have created a note on ASPA. This one will help you to give booster points to that particular note. So go through this one. And then India votes against UN draft resolution on climate change. Just look into it. Nothing much important, but a small one. Srinagar saw majority of targeted civilian killings. Within that, these are targeted at minorities like Hindus and Sikhs. Right. So around 22 local Muslims, including a Muslim sales and working with the Kashmiri Pandit shopkeeper, was also targeted by militants. So it is basically it's an idea into the evolving nature in J&K. So J&K and unrest could be a question because it has been like growing. The unrest has been growing and civilian killings have been growing now. So you can link it with radicalism, terrorism. Okay, all those things in this context can be important. CJ bats for women, for more women judges. Yeah, look into the issue, women in judiciary. Just like we study women in parliament, just try to understand the role of women in judiciary, how limited that is, what is optimum needed, how can we improve that, identify that. Over half of UAPA tennis under 30. Again, go through this. The issues with UAPA is constantly on rise. So understand what is UAPA, issues with USPA, way forward. How can we fix it? Nothing much there. NBFCs, non-banking financial corporations. Try to understand what is NBFCs. The crisis in NBFCs need to be understand. Their role can be understood, and way forward. Role in economy. Then afterwards, you have a couple of articles on status of smart cities mission. Smart cities mission was one of like flagship scheme of urban development in India. So the topic here is that urban development, which comes under different areas. For example, society, which comes under social justice, governance. So look into the smart cities mission. What are the issues? What are its limitations? So welfare mechanisms by welfare schemes by government, that comes in social justice, right? So all these flagship schemes are important. Although at least you should have a basic idea of what is the schemes, what is its targets and everything, and basic idea on how it has been implemented. Although it's very difficult to study each large number for each particular schemes, but you can remember basic status. NDPS Act. NDPS Act is in news, thoroughly. So I hope you understand some of the issues with them, especially the decriminalization or criminal provisions that are there. Given is an example of Portugal, how it dealt with it, what are the advantages of decriminalization. So understand the debate of decriminalization and criminal provisions of the NDPS Act. Truth about zero budget natural farming. Zero budget natural farming is it's a bandwagon like most people follow, and when you write answers you use it a lot. Similarly, zero budget natural farming could be seen in every test series, that main test series that you are going for. So it has created in fact a whole about its efficacy, but the article is critical only. It's take a critical take, like what they are saying, the zero budget natural farming as proponent by Subhash Palekar is like a pseudoscience, and most of things are rooted in cultural chauvinism and things like that. So they are trying to deconstruct what the claims made by SBNF. So go through that too. So that much is what required. Okay, have a great day.